This will not be won without sacrifice.
I want to see if that has an impact. It's gonna be really hard if the game just hosts me, but whatever. Good spam. Keeping your angle, yeah. Waiting a little bit's okay. Very good. You realize, oh, I don't know where she is, but she seems to have given me the angle, so I'm okay to deepen a little bit. A little bit precautionary. Yeah, you're worried about the cast. That makes sense. I'd be a little bit careful backing into there. It does leave you a bit exposed to get hit, but you do go back to Mega, not the end of the world. Now he's going to deepen and you know it. You're waiting for your flight reset. Good. Gonna go up to surprise him. That's normal.
Almost like everything I think on my head.
So you had the right idea. Let me see this again. So unsuspecting player. We get almost a full sticky on her. But we miss that shot. And then we track her with that, but by then it's too late. I think it's just the target priority here. Because the Mercy is the ideal target, right? Like from a compositional standpoint, you want to kill the Mercy first. She can't res, and the team is down a healer versus a DPS. Like the healer is always going to be a more valuable pick for the team. But for you specifically in this circumstance, if you sticky this Mercy and she dies, you're going to die to this cast and you're going to win for one, most likely. If you don't have a pocket or you don't have your team on the angle with you here, like looking. If you have someone on bridge, like an on or BAP on bridge, then they can throw something to help you out. But here you're alone. Essentially, like, once they turn around, you'll be 1v3. That's not a problem. Where the issue, my issue with this lies, is not fighting the cast. In situations like this, you don't have a pocket, right? So you're relying on the burst damage from your stickies and your left clicks and your like overall damage to sustain you. So you have to like live by killing them, if that makes sense. So if you go for the sticky on the Mercy here, the cast will notice, even if you do get the kill on the Mercy. Don't get me wrong, it's value. Getting 4 people to turn around for you is value. This is a good play. But the cast will turn around and he'll just shoot you, and you won't have any cooldowns to defend yourself against this cast. And that's exactly what happens. So here I would prioritize the cast, because he's also completely unaware that you're here. No one knows that you're here. If you're going to go for this play on the Mercy, you better kill her. Because the 1-for-1 is this isn't a bad play if you suicide. Because you're getting 4 people to look at you, and you're getting a pick on the probably the best pick that you could get. But if it were me, I'd put 1 or 2 shots into the cast, or like I would at least open up in terms of micro with left click and then do it. I want to see if you did. I'm not sure.
Okay.
You shot 1 there until okay, you did. It's just a matter of hitting the shot. If you hit the shot, then that's a lot more burst. And then when you're like tracking her with that E, that extra damage you did with left click is going to be enough to do the half-life breakpoint where your E does a lot more damage, right? So you missing that shot is the difference between you killing that Mercy or not, as essentially. But either way, you probably would have died. I would say that one is more on your team for not realizing the opportunity and like at least nading frontline for you like suiciding there. Again, not a bad play, and we're 80 to copy. Like you're playing well so far.
I thought about swapping Genji, but
You can't against that comp.
yeah, I like comp wise, like I knew I could, but I just wasn't very confident in it. I think I die here. I don't know why I played him though.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Cassidy.
I don't mind this. I think it could have been a little bit cleaner of a sticky on the Kiri there. I get that she has Suzu, but getting it out is good, right?
Mm.
And I would continue to chase the Mercy on through the hallway.
Okay.
But I get that you're looking for her flight away, which is why you path the other way. Which is okay. It is all okay. If I don't have much to say about the fight, it means you're doing pretty good. That's like a general coaching rule of thumb. You watch Philo, and if he ever like skips through the VOD, then you're doing at least a reasonable job. There's nothing major to point out.
Okay.
So you know the Kiri's here, looking for a surprise sticky on her. I like the idea. I would have opened with left clicks.
Okay.
Sticky is like your burst damage. If you can open the combo with a guaranteed left click sticky, then obviously you do that, right? But there, her movement's a little bit... You're not entirely sure where she's going to go. She's unaware of you, so she could just be moving in a left to right pattern.
Mm.
This is super... Okay, well done, game.
Oh.
Hold on. This is super high level stuff, but I'll actually go into a training mode to give you an example of this, because that like missed opportunity on the Kiri is actually like a big deal.
Mm.
Even though you had the right idea. But this like one tip could change the way that you approach duels.
Always ready to learn.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say I'm on the high ground, right?
Mm.
And I know, like, in that clip, the Kiri, you knew the Kiri was under you because you could hear her footsteps. And she has no idea that you're there. So, logically, you're going to drop down, do your combo, kill her, get out.
Sound good at all.
That's the gameplay cycle with Echo, usually.
Mm.
And when you drop down, you know that the opponent is there, but there are other variables that you don't consider yet, because you're not, like, super experienced enough to know. And that's, like, when you drop down on them, you don't know how they're going to move.
Mm.
And, well, how do you hit your shots? Well, A, you can have crazy aim, and you can predict where they go, with, like, flick-style aim. Or B, you can track them as they move, and once you get, like, a solid enough read of how they move, then you'll be able to hit the majority of your shots. Like, using the training bots as an example, they move in a straight fucking line. It's very easy to just do this and hit every single one of your shots. Right. So, we know that about the training bot, but obviously a human player is very different. There's a bunch of different ways they can move. Diagonally in each corner, up, down, left, right. They could use flight abilities, whatever, right? In this case, the Kiri, she's not a character where, outside of, like, wall climb, there's not a lot of variance in her mobility. She's a small hitbox, and she's hard to hit, yes. But she's usually just moving left to right when she, like, strafes. Versus, like, a Genji could be double jumping, a Tracer could be blinking, right? So against these, like, squishy backliners that kind of, like, walk in a predictable way, when you're playing against a human player, what you're looking for when you, like, go for one of these kill combos is drop down and shoot them for a little bit. Don't invest your right click until you know how they're going to move. If that makes sense. So I drop down on this bot, I shoot a couple shots, oh, I realize he's pathing that way, now I'm gonna fire stickies into the room, and then do my little combo, and then leave. Versus, if you open with stickies, where they are, then that happens. They move in the direction, because you don't take enough time to, like, assess, and then they just avoid the whole combo, and the opportunity is gone, even though it was a great opportunity to kill someone. And that's what happened with you there. Like, you see the bot here, and then you fire this combo, but they're already gone because they moved. So it's better to open with left click to kind of like check them, see what they like to do, how they respond to damage being dealt to them, and how they respond like generally with their like strafe pattern. Because players are not going to move in a straight line like this unless they're fucking bronze. And if they're bronze, then okay, it's just easy. You're gonna win anyway, right? So it's definitely something to keep in mind. Definitely something to keep in mind. I wish I could give you an example if any of the replays that I showed you wouldn't bug out after 2 minutes, but...
Yeah.
So that's something to keep note of for the future. See, what you did there is what I'm talking about. You entry by like going in with the fight with a couple of left clicks, and you kind of feel out the opponent, how they like to move, how they respond to your damage, and then you invest in the right click once you see like, oh, do they use Suzu, do they use Nade, do they use Sleep, do they use whatever cooldowns that I need to like bait out before I use my ability, or are they just like moving in a straight line, let me fucking kill them, you know? Here you miss the stickies, so like, okay, what's plan B? Plan B is copy. So we're gonna copy. We realize, okay, Mercy's moving a straight line. I can just like burn her with the E right click. They're on bridge, so I want to go contest that. Good opening headshot. We're gonna noon the Kiri, which I kind of agree with.
Kind of.
It works against that player because she doesn't hit her headshots. But like,
But if it were a Kiri that hit her headshots, then
you would rather fight her with your damage, your regular kit. You use High Noon more so as a way to finish kills than to like sit there and wait for the timer to go to full. That was a really good sticky, by the way.
thank you.
Okay, so we're worried about the cast. We're gonna just like chill and shoot for a little bit, waiting our HP out. And then we notice the Kiri is on lower. And you see what I mean by that?
Yeah, I should have put some left clicks out first to see if I could get Caesar out, and then sticky.
It's a little bit of an awkward angle, so it's very, very hindsight of me to say that you should have done that. But you're starting to understand what I mean. So we're gonna go to Mega. Fight's over. Everything's been reasonable so far. Everything's been reasonable. A little bit of indecision here. I don't mind it though, because it means that you're thinking, which I like.
I didn't like stacking with the Junkrat in the same angle, because if the Trey had pushed, like, we might have been cooked. Yeah.
Okay. I agree.
I do.
I agree in positions that are more narrow, like... Okay, how do I describe this? Where you were with the Junkrat, right? This area where the Mega is really difficult for a Tracer to fight him. Because she has to worry about you, like, flying up, while also have to worry about juggling all of the fucking Junkrat shots, right? So this, like, close room where the bullets, or the bombs, they could ricochet off of any fucking corner, and the only protection that she has is her own blinks and recall in this Mega here, which you guys have advantage of, because you're, like, around here. If the Tracer fights you in this space, I'm not worried at all. Because this, like, is so advantageous for Echo. You can fly out on either side. You want to go for a backline, like, ignore the Tracer, dump a couple shots into her, let your Junkrat deal with it, and then if you get, like, shot a little bit too much, like, oh, I'm taking too much heat, let me fly away, let me go over here, let me go to the, where's the mini here? The mini over there, or I think there's a mini in here. And then you go and you fight back on bridge behind the enemy team, or if you want to be safe, you fly over here, and you just continue poking, right? If you give up the angle entirely, then you're just turning a 2v1 into a 1v1. Yes, it's bad to stack with your team, especially your DPS as a DPS player, because two DPS players stacking on the same angle means no angle control. It's very easy for a Tracer to just swing through right side and get your backline and tank off angle for free, and there's no contest, right?
But because it was a narrow corridor, then we had the advantage.
You have the advantage in that duel, right? So the end goal is to, yes, you want to play angle away from your Junkrat, ideally, unless you have a specific strategy in mind. And that's where I'm getting at here. But yeah, eventually you would open the map up. You would realize, okay, I don't want to be stacked with this Junkrat for the entire eternity of this game. So if I don't see the opportunity on the Tracer, and she's not giving it to me, she's not actively wanting to fight us, then I'm going to go swing and I'm going to go do my thing, right? So I would, like, be okay just waiting here for a little bit and just, like, seeing. Is Tracer coming? Is she not? And then we go. If we don't see anything, we go. But yes, being worried about stacking on the same angle is good. It means you're thinking about the game. But this is fine. Yeah, this is normal. Go to kill more people, yeah. Gets the spawners out. Seems like everyone's dead, so we're gonna stage for next fight. I like this. I would like this more if you had copy, but I don't mind this because you're still getting the surprise. You're getting the drop on someone who might be unsuspecting and walking through the room. I really like this. And I see that you position yourself in a way where you can escape.
Yeah, Reed I was streaming for Reed and he was like, you need to go to the other side, and I go, oh, okay, that makes sense. This is just unfortunate. I should have, like, I don't know, backed out sooner, or
Yeah.
go to the other window because it was at like a lower angle. I didn't have to fly as high.
There, I think you use your flight cancel to go lower instead of going high. That makes sense.
Okay.
So you like you see the bridge here? I know it's the opposite side, but like you would like fly and then you would fly like diagonally on the ground and then cancel your fly so you have momentum and use like bunny hopping and like jumping to get through the corner and escape that way. And then try to like either go into this mega room or camp in the corner because you're probably going to die and look for the cast. He's gonna walk forward and chase you for the kill. And then you put a sticky into him and you try to like one-shot combo him with your flight back if you can stall out for your flight. And if you die, whatever. You get CDs out, you get a kill, ideally, versus just dying. So yeah, flying up there definitely did kill you, but it was a difficult situation either way. So that one's like, it doesn't really matter. Good.
I die here because I didn't have my flight and he just swings on me.
With Ryan, you have to be careful with that. I noticed that because Ryan, when he pins, he's committed to the animation. He can't do anything. That's like the whole balancing part of it, right? So you're able to damage him while he's going, like while he's on the way. But if you path into the Ryan and you don't have your flight cooldown like you do there, he's just gonna double swing you and you're gonna die. Even if you get the poking out, like you get him to half HP, it doesn't matter. He's gonna kill you. So there, I think it's less that you're fighting the Rhine, more that you're going into the Rhine when you fight him. You want to create separation when they pin you. So you realize that they're pinning you, you walk back, you go into a mega room if you don't have flight, and you like wait as long as you can, and then maybe like fly into this room and leave this way. Or you realize that the Rhine is pinning, I'm going to like shoot a couple times and I'm going to LOS this way and I'm going to go through this way and I'm going to like continue off angle him, poking him from the back or make him chase me and then leave, right? Versus what you do is, okay, I'm realizing the Rhine's pinning me. I'm going to shoot him a couple times. It's like an opportunity for me to do damage, but you path into him and once he hits the corner here, all he has to do is walk a little bit forward and swing you twice, which all Rhine players are going to do because they're all dog shit. They're going to look for the kill. If you don't have flight, you're dead meat. You're a very squishy character, even though Echo is very mobile. Very squishy character. So just keep that in mind. I think you know that already. And again, fuck your team, purely individual. I'm thinking pure right now in ranked, purely individual. If there's one teammate that you can tell is like coordinating, like a monkey or a tracer, like your little dive partner for you, then okay, that's different. But the majority of the time, it's up to you to win the game. That was just a good play by the cast.
Yeah, I didn't see him until I heard the flashbang or the hinder, and then I knew I was cooked.
Yeah, not entirely your fault. His fault in a good way.
His fault in a good way.
And I have this problem too, which I know that you have, where sometimes I'll die and be like, oh fuck, I made a mistake, oh that's my bad. And then I go back and I look in the VOD view and I'm like, damn, I gotta give it up. That's just a good play from the team. Or like, oh damn, we were down 2 picks, like we were gonna lose this fight anyways. Like yeah, I made a mistake, but the opponent made a better play than my mistake, so I'm not that worried. It's humbling. That was really good that you ignored the Valk. We're not killing Valk with Echo. It's super unrealistic.
Yeah, I didn't want to use my dupe here. I knew I'd get jumped because my team is far away, so
I don't mind it, but I think this fight was still winnable. If you were me.
Yeah, if I were you, yeah.
But I like that you saved it. You saw the fight. You saw how it turned out. You were down 1. Now, in hindsight, your Junkrat got a pick. This I don't like.
Yeah.
Actually, no. This I don't mind. I don't hate it. I don't like it either, though. And it ends up turning out into picks. Now, the reason why I initially thought I didn't like this when I saw it is we're going right into them, and we're just like, boom, directly into, like, I'm going to go into 4 people, and I'm going to isolate that cast. I'm going to get the cast 1v1. I love flying on top of Cass and killing Cass by copying himself, right? I love that idea. I do it all the fucking time. Cass is one of the best copies in the 1v1 because you do all of your damage. You hit him with like 1 body shot and an E, and you come out of copy. You're still Echo. You're still like 150 HP, whatever HP you come out of the copy with, and you still have your cooldowns. I know we talked about this already at length. So the idea here, I don't mind. The principle behind it, I don't mind. Now,
The execution?
the execution is questionable, but as long, and this is a question for you, as long as you knew that the team was going to push up when you did that, so you're making space on an angle, right? So you're doing that, and the entire enemy team turns around for you. So that's the indirect value that you get from like a Tracer or a Genji or an Echo, specifically in your copy, and you're still cast, right? You still have a second life. Now, the idea behind it, yes, is great. It's just the execution. If we were to do this again, and we were to really like think about what's the optimal way that we could play this fight out with by doing the same thing, I think it would be better for you to either copy this Ana, look for a nade on unsuspecting 4 people here, and you throw it in the middle. Maybe you get 2, maybe you get 3. We don't know. We're gonna find out. Or you copy the cast or Junkrat anyways, and you just spam from up top.
Oh, I don't remember if I have the copy allies perk on.
Oh yeah, and if you have that perk on, then you can peer over. You can see from this position on bridge if the team is there, and you can copy a Ramattra or like a Tracer, and you're a lot stronger than a cast at fighting in the backline when you're a Tracer or a Ramattra. Ramattra, you're high HP. Tracer, you have a lot of blinks to maneuver around abilities, right? Versus the cast, he's very immobile. He's punchy in the 1v1. He's very aggressive in the 1v1, very punchy. But if you get hit while you're in the cast, and if you don't succeed in the cast, if you die and go back into Echo, you're probably gonna die. If you don't hit every single shot. So this play is very contingent on your mechanical skill. You can be able to pull this off, but a lot of things need to go right for this play to work. You have to have the execution to execute on the play. You need to have your team walk up and help you, most likely. At least, they don't even need to kill anything. All they need to do is walk up and make space and like be annoying. Like, look at this Ram, look at this Junkrat, look at this Ana. And that's going to divert attention. There's going to be one side of the fight trying to fight you. There's going to be another side of the fight trying to fight the Ramattra frontline, right? If everything goes right, this play works, and it worked, right? But I'm just saying, you have to be careful, and you can't always assume. You have to like know in a way. If you get what I mean, like you have to have faith that your team is going to go in with you, and you have to have the knowledge to be like, this play only works if I play it correctly, and my team helps me. So this is a play that you would coordinate. It's not improv. Because if it's improv and you fuck up, oh my god, we've lost a bridge fight, and now they're gonna get tied at 87, and they're gonna come back. Like it's relying on your team a bit too much for my liking in a ranked environment. Now in a team play environment, I love this copy because now your team is gonna use this as an opportunity to go in, right? But in a ranked environment, you have to communicate that you're gonna do that. So it guarantees that your team is even if they don't follow up, they at least know. So they're going to be on the same page. So they might put resources into you. They might change their minds. They might go help. That's my 2 cents on it. But it works out. Execution wise, not great. The idea is good though. I'm going to fight the Tracer. Mark her. This is good. I like that. I would be a little bit more worried about safeguarding the Mega Health Pack against the Tracer, because the only way you lose that fight is if she gets the Mega and she has recall. Other than that, well played. 8 out of 10. Good?
It's
Careful.
Tracer.
Very
Not
careful.
This, Kiri dog on me.
So remember what I said with the Junkrat earlier about narrow corridors, right?
Mm.
The Kiri, why does the Kiri have the advantage in that fight?
You can just shoot in a straight line, and then there's really nowhere. I
There's
can go
nowhere for you to
unless
path to, right? There's
Yeah.
there's not much of a there's no variance in your movement, really. Besides very minor movements that could maybe influence whether you miss a shot or two, but eventually, and that Kiri has Suzu and TP as a fallback plan, whereas you don't have copy right now. So if you take that fight head on, you're at a massive disadvantage. So what you have to do is either A, recognize that this is a losing battle against the Kiri and disengage, or B, turn the fight into a vertical one. Fly up and use this cover here to make it difficult for her to land a shot. You want to make it challenging for her to hit those shots. If it's easy for her, like in this duel, you're going to lose every time. I'm not that good at Kiri. I'm going to kill you there. You get a gold player, they probably kill you there. It's all about, I think I've explained this at length before, it's all about taking advantageous duels. If you don't see yourself winning the duel, probably not a good duel to take. Now, there is the opposite end of the extreme, where you don't take any duels now, and you play super passively. That's not what I want. I want you to take risks like these. I want you to make mistakes like these. I want you to fuck up and die a lot, because you'll learn how not to die in that situation, and you'll learn how to you'll play to win instead of play to not lose. Very crucial. Very crucial. Okay.
Analyzing for possible improvements.
So it seems like they were just lying, because we've gone through this VOD, and the only reason that the client hasn't disconnected is because I haven't been skipping through the VOD. So maybe it has something to do with Ana, but I don't think I have to watch her select the perk. I just think we have to not like go back or go forward in the VOD. We just have to pause it and talk as we go. That seems to work from what I'm getting at. Okay. Now we poke the Rhine. Good. Realize that he's out. Wait, a little bit of waste of a sticky. I would save it for this fight here. You'd much rather have it for this cast. Do you see that? Now, you hit the sticky on the Tracer eventually. That's going to force her out. Maybe get recall. Maybe we force her to go get a health back. Not horrible. But you could have killed that cast if you saved the sticky there. So think about that. Good. Good. Wow. Not much you can do there.
Maybe.
That's okay.
Hello.
We are bad reviewing the Esperanza and Hell game I sent.
Strategy.
Are you feeling any better? Are you getting it at eye?
Ultimate is charged.
Is it COVID?
We're sick. It's not COVID, I don't think. Ray took a test yesterday. She was fucking. So right now, it's just
How did
that
you get?
fucking
Wait, what?
hot cold shit.
What?
Wait, what are you waiting about?
You just died to a fire
Fire
strike at
strike?
full HP.
Oh,
What killed
I think,
you?
I think she got hit with BAP at the same time.
probably.
No, Bap's on her team. Bap's on her team. It has to be like a Kiri headshot. A Kiri or a cast
I heard
headshot.
that, I just assumed she got
Yeah,
hit.
yeah, you're good. Yeah, I think you just got burst down at the same time. What I want you to do instead is, when you're coming back from the fight and you see that a fight is broken out in this part of the map where the bot has pushed over the bridge, it's not a bridge fight anymore, right? Now we're here. We're in this area of the map. I need you to play on an angle. Because if you play with your team, you just like spam here, this is not a bad angle for Echo to shoot at normally if you have like a Sigma or you have like a consistent shield frontline. But right now you have what? You have a Ramatra. The Ramatra shield is temporary, A. It doesn't last that long. B, he has it here. It's not here. So when you come over here and you poke, you need to, if you're going to do this, you need to be in the mindset of, and I say this a lot, that you need to be in the mindset of it, but you actually do have to be constantly thinking about this, is is this a position where I can shoot safely without dying? So here, once the cart pushes or turns the corner and the fight becomes like 5 versus 5 people just looking at each other here down main, shooting down main here is good. It's not horrible. Defaulting, because people seem to have this bad idea that you always have to be on an angle. Not true. You don't always have to be on an angle. You can poke from here and that's fine. Echo's poke damage is good. But you need to expect that damage is going to come at you too. Don't think that this is going to be not a mutual exchange. There's going to be poking coming from either side. And if you look at what the enemy team has, Kiri, Cass, they have a big poking advantage, even though your poking is strong. This is something to think about. So go for your little opening combo, a couple of shots, right click, and then either fly into left side building and leverage this cover here and continue poking and make it difficult for them to shoot you. Or if you want to go the assassin route, again, choice. We like having dynamic choice with the perks. You go for a flank here. Maybe if you have a copy or something, you're 85 to copy. You poke a little bit here from an angle, and then maybe you copy your tracer and you go for the assassin play. Or you do neither. You ignore everything that I just said. You go full right side and you look for a one-shot sticky, and then maybe by that point you're 85, right? You might be like 95. All you need is a couple more shots. Then you get copy, then you fight behind them, then you win the fight, then you win the game. This is overtime, right? You dying here is horrible.
Cloning module charging.
Now, we're very fortunate that we have a meterage advantage. If we had a meterage disadvantage right now, that might have been the game. Especially because your Ana also dies and your Bap's also about to die. Not a horrible sticky on the Rhine. I would like you to hit more of them. And then at that point, you see your team has just died. So, obviously there are 5 people in a lobby, and the 4 other players besides you made mistakes in this game. But that last mistake, you gotta be very careful. Okay, thank you. We wait until the end of the match to do this.
That's crazy. Why did you fucking pick a perk at the very end of the map?
We wait until the end of the match to do this. But when you okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Again, I'll show you. I'll show you. Make it custom. It's maps. Is there all maps off? Yes, none. On. Let's go to ESP. Go ESP. Go. So let's reenact this again. So we go through the spawn room. The fight we know is happening in that general area of the map. We fly over, whatever, use our CDs. And the fight is here. So the enemy team is there. They're looking at us directly. So when you keep going forward here and you just poke, you're running the risk of getting hit by a bunch of random stray hit abilities that hit you just by accident. And the key with DPS characters that are really low HP and are like built around being high mobility is using your mobility to avoid dying accidentally. The best Tracers, the best Echoes, the best Genjis in the world avoid dying stupid deaths. Stupid deaths is what I call them. Where sometimes you'll just like short circuit, or you'll be too much in thought, or like kind of like autopilot, just like playing the game and like poking and seeing what the enemy team's on, whatever. And then you end up dying for it because you're just like chilling, or maybe you use your flight CD in a wrong way, like, and then you get like clipped out and you die, especially on Tracer, right? Like you peek a corner on Tracer, it's very apparent. Like it's almost like you're on the razor's edge compared to other characters, where if you peek a corner, you're worried about living or dying, right? You have to have the same mindset when you play Tracer as when you play Echo in that regard. Or like, even though you're a lot healthier than the Tracer, you're still a very squishy character. So that's something to worry about. Because that dying there, like, inadvertently loses you the game. Because if I'm here and I'm on the angle here, and I get like a nice little left click sticky, fly up, beam, go get a mega, and then come back into the fight with a Tracer copy or something, that's a game-winning play. Because that's overtime. That's a game-winning play. So you needed to live there. Needed to live there. And in these last fight scenarios, the only exception that I would make is poke a little bit, see what they're on, and then in your mind you decide, okay, let me make a play. And then we go. There's like a little bit of a mental like delay. Like there's a couple seconds that it takes for you to realize, okay, I need to do that. But if you just sit here AFK and poke on Echo, you're giving the enemy team a way to win with a cast. Because if you, and we've talked about this at length before, if you're fighting a Widow and a cast at this length, who's winning? Think hit scans. If you're fighting a hit scan at this length, who's winning?
Oh, the hit scans.
The hit scan, right. So what we need to do is we need to use the map geometry to give us an edge. So, right, we know that. So this is unreasonable because we're coming out of spawn from here, and this little like left side flank to get into the left side room takes too long on the Echo. So all we really have to leverage at this moment is the right side building. Right side building, you could use left side building as like a soft off angle. This is very safe. It's a low risk, low reward play where you're just going for poking and you're building your copy so that you can make the play later, right? That's fine too. Or you could do what I said earlier and go for this high risk, high reward play. Go for Mega, which is what I would have done, honestly. I would have fucking, because it's overtime, you gotta make the play happen. And then do your copy and do the work. Okay, let's look at Nepal. Nepal was May, right?
May Tracer.
I think that one was one of our games, yeah.
Yeah, it was with you, me, and that guy.
Fucking Tim.
Fucking Gojo, Tim. I don't know if his name is actually Tim because there's somebody in the server that we're in whose name is Tam, so maybe it's like just a joke. But like also his username is T Signs, so like I'm assuming it's like Tim Signs or something.
Yeah. Well, we've also just been calling him Tim.
True.
Do we TP out? Yes or no?
No.
TP out.
Okay.
Unless your team is on the fastest comp in the game. Actually, even if they are, it's still better to TP. Even if they're on like Lucio Ball, fucking Echo, Tracer, whatever, right? And like Lucio Juno or some shit. And you have speed ring out and all of that. If you think about it, if you use your TP as a way to get your team out of spawn, then go Tracer triple blink, you'll be there with your team in time, and your Juno will have her speed ring saved, or your Lucio will have his amp saved, so you can use amp as a way to get an advantage in the first fight of the game. Especially on maps like these, where everybody is fighting in an isolated box point, and the off angles are very soft. Usually it's just a DPS. No team at this level of play, no team is taking an angle. It's usually just one player. So go under the assumption on maps like these, everybody's gonna fight in the point. So when you do this, that's when you really value the sim TP out, because getting first positioning on this map is very big. It's crucial. It's crucial. And yeah, the only reason that we make it first is because we have a ball. Here it doesn't really matter, but majority of the time you want to TP out. You want to sim TP out, especially on control map. For that reason. You want to be the first one at the fight almost every time, without exception. Almost every time.
Okay.
Very rarely will you have a situation where being first to point is bad for you. Just think about that. Doesn't matter that much in this game because, again, we're on ball. So we're going to get there first no matter what. But something to think about. Poking from this position is not very high damage. It's negligible damage, in fact, unless you're peering over and you're shooting someone right in front of you here. Remember that Tracer has a fall off, and the fall off is around where my camera is right here.
Okay.
So from this position, you're going to do good damage. Anything beyond this, which is where the Sojourn is, you're doing negligible amounts of damage. Look, you're tickling her. Right? Like you hit her for 15 damage of the clip, or 15 bullets of the clip, and it did like 1 HP. Now, because the Sojourn sucks, the Sojourn doesn't realize that you're on the angle, but majority of players are now going to see you shoot them, and they're going to know that you're there. So what I would do there is, unless you can get the Sojourn to half HP or less, don't shoot her, because then you're gonna reveal yourself. And then this play at higher elo, I like this play with the ball. You're set up here and you're looking for the ball engage. Right? This play doesn't happen. Also, look what happens to this play because you shoot when you don't need to. You're reloading as you go in. You see how this Spacefish 7, he's got the right idea. He's got the double pile drive on Brig and Torb. He has overload out, whatever it is, the E. He has the E out. Brig's probably going to bash out. Okay, we get the kill. Good. And I think that was a sleep from Liana. I'm not sure. So we got a lot of cooldowns out, but it could have been cleaner. Recall is good, and then we leave. We don't need to go to health pack, so we're going to go to the side. I like this. One thing I want to add, when you're at like 150, anywhere from 140, anywhere from I'd say 125 to 160 HP. No, 125 to 174 HP even. That entire like threshold, that 50 HP threshold, don't pick up health packs. Do not pick up health packs when you're at that HP threshold, because
Is it just begging for the like a higher value?
yes, you're waiting for a higher value health pack pickup. You'd rather pick up the health pack at 1 HP than 174, if that makes sense, because it's a higher value pickup. And when you're playing Tracer, you have a lot of blinks, so you can use that as your health pool. You can use dodging all of the abilities as a way to keep yourself alive, or recall. You want to save this as a last resort, which you did, which I like. Right? So we're gonna remember that for later. I'm gonna test you on. I'm gonna see in the game whether or not you commit to it. So we're not gonna commit to the monkey there. If it were me, I'd go for the ego play. I would triple blink in, and I would I would 180, and I would go for the one clip, and then I would punch him, and then like recall out, right? Like I would greed for the kill. Like I see the kill on the monkey here. Like he jumps out. There, I'm following him. I reload, triple blink, shoot him for a little bit, punch him, recall. If that's not enough damage, I don't fucking know what is.
The full charge Soj looking down main.
Yeah, you're a bit worried about it. But my advice to you is to just, it's a good play that you waited. I'm not saying it's a bad play that you waited. It's okay. I'm saying it's okay to test your limits a little bit, because then it shows me that you're willing to make an aggressive play. Because if you kill the monkey here, you're guaranteed to win the fight. There's no without Sojourn ult, without ults in the neutral this early in the game. There's no universe that they're gonna touch the point without a monkey. So you like greeting for the kill there. I wouldn't mind it. And this is a scenario where there's no wrong answer. You want to play this safe? You still have a big HP advantage against the monkey. And yeah, your Echo dies, but you can't control that. Your DPS, you can't control that. This I like. I'm a bit worried about Torb, but I think you know that Torb is there. So we're going to go for the one clip. Boom. Blink out. Excellent. Only advice for you. You should blink to an angle where you can shoot the remaining HP that on it is. You blink away, which is fantastic. You want to do that. You play that perfectly. Only thing is, after the play happens, you blink out. Fantastic, right? But you blink out at an angle you can't shoot her from for the final little bit of damage that you need. It ends up not mattering. You end up getting the kill. That's like 9 out of 10. In fact, 9.5 out of 10. Now we're gonna kill the turret. Okay, and now we go to Mega. Good. Perfect. Now we're gonna go. The good thing about Tracer is once you successfully get a kill and you reset and you go to Mega, you're still behind the enemy team. So you don't have to go through all of the work of, do I need to stage? Do I need to set up this kill? Am I ready for the ball engage? No, you just go and you create pressure. It doesn't really matter. You can shoot the Brig, you can shoot the Soj, you can follow up on the ball. Just play what the game gives you. And you're doing a good job of that right now. I would shoot the Brig there. Shoot. Yes, shoot the Torb. No. He has no idea that you're there. Fight. Your ball's got the right idea. Kill him. Good. Okay, we're dodging out from the Soj. We go to Mega. We're 94 HP. We're right around the area where we want to save Mega. So I like the idea to save Mega. You're going to let your passive regen heal you. We still have the Mega there in case we need it. Exactly what I'm talking about. You want to greed health packs as much as possible. Like, you want to be just optimizing your cooldown usage and your health pool like being on the razor's edge with Tracer means you are on the as close to dying as you possibly can without actually dying. As close as you can, because that optimizes your uptime. You get the most out of your recall. You get the most out of your blinks. You get the most out of your health pool. This is the same thing as before. Just shooting when you don't need to. It reveals you. The Torb puts a shot into you. If you got headshotted there, now you're wasting time. You have to go to health pack, and that gives away your health pack advantage. Because you have this health pack on lockdown. Even if a Torb comes into here, or a Brig Torb stack, or like someone +1s and sends you on this angle to come kill you, that's value for you. Because now that, again, your team is fighting a 3v4 or like a 4v3, whatever, right? And you can, as Tracer, disengage from a fight you know you're going to lose and just live and play to survive and harass and be annoying. This, I don't mind it. I'm looking for pulse. This is a very juicy pulse, I can tell. So I want you to pulse this. Okay, ends up working out. Not how I would have played it. Ends up working out, though. When you see 3 people stacked like this, now granted, this is very hard to do in the moment unless you gain experience. This is very hard to do. In this moment, if you just double blink and throw pulse bomb up, not like up as like throw a Kobe into the fucking sky up, but like throw it at a slight.
I want to see the 3-point Steph Curry.
Throw it at a slight angle up to give it a little bit of extra range, so that you don't have to triple blink. Because if you triple blink, then you're not going to have any blinks when you recall because you don't have the level 3 perk yet. Keep that in mind. But look at the amount of red on your screen right now. The chance of you hitting something is so high, even if you fuck up the pulse bomb. The chance of you hitting something is so high. You can even throw it on the ground. But obviously you'd rather stick them than throw it on the ground. But you can even if you hit the turret here, maybe the Brig fucks up, maybe the Ana fucks up, maybe the Torb fucks up. You could hit even the turret, and this would be value. But now we shoot the turret, and then me in this situation, I'm like, okay, we didn't get the pulse bomb on the Ana Torb Brig situation where they were all lined up together. Let me go for a little short blink on the corner here and turn around and pulse this Brig. Yes, I'm worried about Torb, but one headshot's not going to kill me. I'm 175. All I have to do is like press Q with her back turn like this. She has to turn around her shield, but she's going to die. But even then, her shield is low enough. She's going to die if you pulse her here. So you go for the short blink here. I'm really overcomplicating this only because I care, right? So you short blink here. You pulse her back. Immediately recall. Like I'm spamming the E key. I'm not staying there for a second because look at what you're fighting into, right? You go for the like the Korean pulse, the safe pulse. We're gonna go for like the last blink, and we're gonna hit them on the back here, right? Which I like. I like this too. But you got to go for the back, right? Like you're going for the back pulse, but you're doing it from the front. Does that make sense? And then we botch it, right? So great timing, horrible execution.
You get lucky and get the Ana anyways, though.
I'd rather guarantees than maybes, though, Reed. That's my point. I'd rather guarantees than maybes.
My point with that is that her positioning and timing of it allowed
her to, despite making a mistake on the pulse, get a kill anyways. Right. And that's crucial. That's something that I would add to. Yes. Definitely. Sometimes, even if you botch a play, a bad play can work if the macro and the reasoning behind it is solid. If the logic is solid, then you can make a bad play work.
Yeah.
Now that wasn't even a bad play. It was just bad execution. It was a great play.
Yeah, you missed the pulse. Like that shit happens to everybody.
Yeah, everyone fucks up. And once you get into these situations more, I think it's just because you're inexperienced. I genuinely think it's just because of inexperience.
I will say also, I really appreciate that you are being incredibly patient. No, but like so seriously, like you are waiting for very good times, I think.
Okay.
Like you're engaged there, right? On the supports, backs them off. They can't help their monkey on point at all. So we just like a default win.
And did it look like you did that much that game? Or that round?
Mm.
It's very unseen value. Tracer, very unseen value character. Unless you're hitting a massive 2-man, 3-man pulse every single fight, the Tracer value isn't felt until the round's over and you've lost because she's harassed your backline the entire game.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to kill anything. Obviously you want to, but you don't even have to.
I mean, you know how it is on support mage when you have a fucking Tracer, Genji, or someone on your ass the whole time.
It's
and you have
annoying.
no heals,
It's
and
annoying.
your team is bitching about it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it snowballs real fast.
I go May on this. I guess. Do we take Tippy on this one, or is it only on village or not village? Tank.
Well,
You, you, you take you take
Yeah.
TP every chance you get, but it doesn't matter in
Okay.
this game because we're on ball. But you still want to TP, like in this case, in a ranked environment, you have Juno Alari. If you TP your Juno Alari out, your Alari is a slow character, right? And Juno,
Yeah.
she's gonna have speed ring for when the choke opens up. She doesn't have to use her speed ring when the game starts. She can use it now to get an advantage.
Okay.
Because if you don't TP, then she has to use her speed ring. Otherwise, the enemy team's gonna get to point first. It's just like TPing. There's almost zero downsides to when you're playing Tracer to TP. That's another thing too. You have to play a fast character because then you're not gonna get there fast enough. As long as you're playing a
Right,
fast
if you're a
character,
May
there's
and then
no
you TP and
downside.
Go back and swap. You're fucking 20 seconds late to the fight.
This is normal. Off angle, go now. Good wall. Preemptive wall. I like it. Now they're fucked. Now they're fucked. Great. Perfect. Cut off the reds bit. Annoy them. Harass. Next fight. Let's look for a wall. Good. This is how you kill diamond teams. Diamond teams lose to this like fucking kids in a candy shop, bro.
No, literally.
Block. Good. That 10 out of 10. You land the headshot. Your team follows up on the damage because they're 1 HP. You don't have to do anything else. You did your job. You walled, and then you chill in the frost. And now we're up 1. Now you leave. Now you're a 300 HP Mei. You're very tanky. Excellent. Now we're gonna leave. Your ball rolls through them like an autist. Okay, whatever.
Like a what? Like a what?
Block. Don't ult. You're probably gonna die. Here is tough. I think I would wall. I would wall this area here, and then walk back into the Reaper, and then I would pop Ice Block, or I would try to get as close to the Mega as I possibly could, or I would jump over here and see if I can land on this before
Well, because
dying.
if you look, I do try to speed ring you back towards Mega,
Mm.
and you kind of use it to go the other way.
Yeah. Ends up not really mattering. It's a really difficult position for you.
By 4 heroes, it's hard to see that.
Yeah, it's hard to see that, and you're probably gonna die anyways. But when you're reasonably sure that you're gonna die, do as much as you can to prolong your death and bleed resources out of the enemy team. That's the best way that I can describe it. Like you need to be like the Japanese kamikazes, bro. You need to be like literally
Don't talk for you, basically.
like your life. You are fighting for your life, and when you die, it better be fucking valuable.
Mm.
That's a tough scenario because you don't have you have speed ring, but you don't have like a Lucio speed to easily to cut you out. You're probably gonna die there
Yeah.
either way. But the point still stands. You want to get as much value out of your life as you possibly can.
Good job.
But you tried. You tried. That's what matters. Good wall. That's gonna force him to jump high, which now you drop the wall and your ball can cover. He has a horrible jump. Zoning May ult on point. I don't mind it.
Especially since they still haven't capped.
Yeah, it's really snowballing this fight, and it's created the separation from the monkey and his supports. Initially, when I saw that blizzard, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing with this blizzard? But now it makes a little bit of sense. It makes a little bit of sense.
It also forced out Primal so that he could jump out of it. It was
Yeah.
actually really good.
It's really good because Monkey, when he's in Primal, if he's primaling and he's jumped out of the fight, he's not in your backline. He's just gone. He's inside of his team. You've probably won that fight. There's a good chance that you're gonna win that fight because he's fucked up his entire cooldown cycle. And now your team has a chance to react to the primal and sleep him if he decides to go back in or whatever. Yeah, ability. There you have no cooldowns. You kind of just have to use your movement to dodge. Not gonna hug you on that one.
Time for another experiment.
Coming back. You see the monkey here, so we're gonna mark him. Wall that, correct? And I like that in that situation you don't instantly pop wall. Because part of making the best wall possible is inviting your opponent to go in the direction that you want them to go to. If that makes sense. So what you do here is instead of popping the wall instantly and saying you're not allowed to go into this space, all the monkey needs to do there is jump up like you did here, right? But if you do what you did here, you fight him for a little bit, you like taser him with the icicle and the left click. You just you taser him with the left click.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna make the monkey afraid, and he's gonna be like, "Oh shit! Like I might lose to this main in the 1v1. I need to leave because I don't have my healers with me. I'm in their spawn." He's gonna jump this way, like I'll do a little mini jump from here to here, and he's gonna go into this mega room and then pop his bubble, right? If you are somehow able to hit Ice Wall at the same time that he jumps, you kill him. So you waiting a little bit to do that Ice Wall tells him maybe I can go through here. And then you pop Ice Wall at the same time and he does it, and he can't, right? So that's really good. That's something that I wouldn't do. I would just wall off the corner immediately, and I wouldn't even entertain it. But you entertaining it, I actually don't mind. Because it could have led to a kill. It's a miracle that he doesn't die, honestly. Not
Our
your
ball
fault.
was dead already. We were getting pushed in the front line. That's the only reason he gets out.
Yeah, but it's still, though, I think Gojo should at least, like, from an angle, shoot Echo Sickies and get him to 1 HP.
That's fair. Yeah.
He got out on, like, almost full. So we're going to swing Y. This is very good for us. This Ana should die yesterday. Good. We're going to kill him. That's a boop. Nice.
Yeah, you want to do
And the rest of this is just cleanup. We're going to block the break heals, so she has to walk into the monkey LOS, which is closer to here, which is closer to getting booped by the ball. Excellent wall. Seems like a little bit of a silly wall when you like look at it, but it's actually quite good.
And it forces Brig into the middle of mines. She can't bash away from it where she's looking, you know?
So she ends up disengaging from the fight. This wall inadvertently creates a situation where the break is in a lose-lose. If she goes this way, she gets booped off, she probably dies, but she heals the monkey. If she goes this way, then she lives, but she doesn't heal the monkey, and she's out of the fight. It's just a win-win-win-win. Wall is such a massive win. Basically, every time that you place it down, unless you place it like a fucking monkey, or like you're intentionally trying to sabotage your team, wall will usually be value. So that's good. Excellent, even. Probably gonna win when you guys fight.
The world's not going to save itself.
And that wall looks very unassuming. I think the theme of this game is very unassuming value. Value that's not seen, it's felt.
It's literally the reason why, you know, Overwatch isn't a scoreboard game. It's not about PvP or anything.
It's about
Perfect
using your
example.
brain. It's all about using your brain. Granted, mechanics are very important, but the brain is more important.
Really has about good mechanics, you know?
Right. The body is nothing without the brain and vice versa.
Oh, you almost blocked that Reaper.
The rest of this is pretty normal. You go to third point, we do.
I've never called myself a revolutionary. I'm a fighter. Yes!
Score
Now, the only thing that I would say about that last fight is, even though you did well in that fight, I would actually swap Mei. And the reason why you want to swap Mei when you're in the last fight scenario is Tracer is going to give you a lot more fight flexibility. And what do I mean by that? If you lose the fight, you're not recontesting shit on Mei. You're relying on your ball to do that for you, which is fine. You have a fast comp. You're not the fast player. I get that. And obviously you're not thinking about this in the middle of a match. But once you get to a point where you are thinking about it, you've gotten better as a player, no matter what, irregardless of whether the play worked or not. Because when you start thinking about it, that's how your macros improve. So, you go Tracer there.
That has really helped me, that Lars pointed out. This was a long time ago, like towards when I first started playing with you all, rather. Is that we all at least used to have a really bad habit of defaulting, and especially on your flex DPS heroes, you just can't do that. You have to knock it off. And you've been doing really good about that this game.
This game you've done really well. Again, being on Mei there is not a mistake. I'm just telling you why I would swap Tracer in that last fight. So, the Tracer gives you the mobility to recontest in the event that you lose. So, you know to go Tracer to contest, which is why you swap Tracer at the very end, right? But you don't have enough time to contest. If you were on Tracer, it probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. But there's a just in case, like the stars align somehow and we get a nice little speed ring, or our ball dies a couple seconds earlier than he did in that game, and maybe you get a recontest. And Tracer is a lot better at holding the recontest than Mei is because of her 3 blinks and recall. She can live for a very long time. Mei, once you get the ice block out, she's probably going to die. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2, you don't have an ult. You didn't have Blizzard at that particular time, if I'm not mistaken. So you're not worried about, am I losing an ult? That's another thing you have to think about. Do I have ult economy? Is it worth staying on the character, even if I might not make it back, if I have an ult? That's something to think about. Especially power ults like Nano, OC, I guess Minefield in this game, because Minefield's really OP on point. Copy, Juno, right? If you have a Juno ult, if you swap to Lucio, if you don't swap, you're gonna lose the game. You are stupid. If you swap with Juno ult, you're actually trolling the game. Unless the only way that you can make it back is with a Lucio. So again, there's a lot of nuance here. But I think the big thing is just being able to be high mobility and annoying on point in a last fight scenario where the enemy team it's already chaotic. And Tracer, like these fast characters, they thrive in a chaotic environment. So that's what I think. Did it matter? Probably not. But something to think about.
Life always finds ways to get us down. Only I can choose to keep my spirits up.
Like Reed was saying, it all comes back to defaulting. As long as you're thinking about the choices that you're making in a game as you're making them, once you get to a specific enough point, good habits become muscle memory, and your bad habits go bye-bye. Right? Because bad habits are muscle memory too. When I make a good play, I'm usually not thinking. It becomes muscle memory and autopilot and like flow state. But you have to get used to doing it, which means you have to think about it. If that makes sense, right? Like, how do I make this play? What's the right play to make here? And once you do it enough times, it becomes muscle memory and it becomes habit, and it's a good habit replacing the bad habit.
Well, and we all watch enough Spylo videos. He always says, focus on practicing a thing for a week or two until it becomes just unintentional, Same shit.
My ultimate is charging.
This entire sequence has been pretty normal. Not much to comment. I would go. What are we looking for? Are we looking for Ana? Okay, this work. No, this work. In my opinion, I would rather go for the 1v1 on Zen. Because if you use your headset, you can hear him shooting. Boom, 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 boom. In this little area of the point here, right? and he's alone because you know his Ana's coming back from spawn. Because you're looking for the Ana spawn camp, right? Not a terrible idea, but there's a Zen right there, completely unaware, and you love that 1v1 as a Tracer, especially because you have the Mega advantage. It's a lot harder for him to get to Mega than it is for you to, because you have Blinks. It's a lot harder for him. So even if you fuck up, you have the Mega as a safety net, then you kill the Zen, and then you go harass the Ana. But if you do what you did, and you go for the Ana, it's value, it's a good play, but you're not going to kill the Ana because he gets orbed. Does that make sense? It's a bigger priority for you to get the stagger kill on the Zen than it is for you to get a potential spawn kill on the Ana. The percentage chance of the play working out is a lot higher if you go for the Zen. Not a bad idea, but could have been better. Okay, we're gonna blink out. We're a little bit scared. I get it. Tracer is a very difficult hero. Sometimes you're gonna bitch out. Luckily, you have 3 blinks and recall, so you're not that worried. Great stick. We're gonna go. All right. Excellent, excellent. I would have done the exact same thing. Only thing I would have done different there is punch the Ana, and now you're not gonna get the kill. Your team follows up on it, so not the end of the world. I need you to 1v1 the Sojourn. I need you to win. Okay, we realize we're not gonna win that because the monkey's there. We have the level 3 perk, which is really OP, so we're gonna disengage. This is normal. Incredible clip on the Reaper. We're gonna chase that. Realize that we're on Brig. The Reaper has horrible positioning, so we chase that. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Ah, that's just unlucky. Could have played that a little bit better at the end, but most of that was really good. Most of that was really good. Yeah, no, most of that was really good. Not much to say. Again, you know your VOD review is going good when there's not much to comment, or I'm not pausing. If I'm not pausing, that's a good sign. Weird blink, but I get it. You want to avoid the jump.
Yeah.
A little bit of a weird tracking. I'm assuming that's lag. That looked like lag.
Yeah.
Leave, good. This is a good skin, by the way. I hate you for having this skin.
Wait, what? What?
The comic book skin is sick.
Oh, I thought you. What did you say, Lars?
I hate you for having the skin.
Oh, why
Because
didn't you
I
buy
don't
the
have the
bundle?
skin. Because I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay.
Well, I would have bought it for
He's not
you.
Blizzard fucking pay pig like
So
me,
true,
you, and
so
Star, you know.
So true.
Pulse, 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 pulse. Look. I don't know if you know this,
Yeah.
but do you see this
Great.
pulse? This is a
didn't-
lovely pulse
I
right
didn't
here.
see it. Oh, I was
Now,
focused on the Ana.
You could go for a pulse here, but you're gonna invest too many
Soch.
resources, and it's too far away to get
Yeah.
any realistic value. And the Soch could kill you, yes. So
Mm.
a single blink pulse here would do more than enough. More than enough. Instead, we're gonna shoot a clip into her, and then we're gonna like decide a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't fully peek around the corner, so I didn't see.
Hey, works out anyway.
And you get rally out first?
And you get rally
Mhm.
off. Yeah, they use rally. They're stupid because if you look at their ult economy right now, we're 94 to Ana. Why wouldn't we just double support ult and then Ana Brig, Raid Boss Brig, or we rally and then Monkey ult and then we nano plus primal, right? They do neither. They can even They can even nano Reaper.
We have Juno ult, so they lose.
And yeah, now they're just gonna lose the game because they didn't save their ult. If they take this fight early and you hit that pulse, that's a game losing play. Game losing play. So this is big. This is good. You need to be in the. I always say be in the mindset. Be in the mindset when you go into that Ana that she's gonna fucking sleep you.
Mm.
If you path in a predictable way there, you had one blink, so you could have dodged that. You have to. Because this could be death, and this could be something that somehow, some miraculous way, makes the enemy team, gives them a chance to win the fight again because they're down a Tracer now, right? And she fucks up the combo and she doesn't have nades, so you're gonna live. That was a horrible double blink onto the platform. You gotta be careful. You have one blink left.
Yeah.
We're gonna blink this way. This is not horrible, and then we're gonna recall for the extra blinks. Okay. She's completely unaware of you.
Oh my
Tracking
God.
is a bit icky, but
I
I don't.
just got too close and lost her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind you fighting her when He's like, you're really low HP, but she has no idea that you recalled right in front of her because she's oblivious. She doesn't remember 4 seconds in the past. So, yeah, you're gonna be able to just kill her for that.